Yes, to continue on rape and sexual assault in the military, as I wanted to continue, and I said, and while I went in Korea and what happened to me, right, I remember I did so well in deployment and got so many commendations. There at my trial was this bitch. I call her a bitch because there's nothing better that she could do to herself. That bitch colonel I work with. And there she came to testify. I am not sure. I don't know. Now where is the protection, or where is the spirit that we fought in? It lied in the lies, in the immorality, and in the just indecency of anything that any trust that we could ever have. They asked me why I'm disgusted by the military. Well, if you see the filth for what it is, wouldn't you call the filth a filth? Why would anyone want to be associated with filth, indecency, and liars? How do they correct themselves? I remember being worked more than 20 hours a day and doing a damn good job, and have these bitches, and I call them the Army Nurse Corps bitches because they couldn't do anything else better. And they go back to Yongsan, Korea, and every single one of them, I will say it again, they are bitches. They are no better than a female dog, and a female dog is better. And if I ever run across one of them again, I would never speak to them or dignify them with a hello, because they are not worth it. They are simple thieves, criminals, drug dealers, some of them, and the things that they do to hide sexual assault and rape. Because not only do men rape women, there are women that look like men and they wear dick slings and they rape men. There are women that rape women and they do the same thing. And they are men on men. So this is not exclusive to male on female and female on female. It is a debasing process of rank, of a debasing process of power. And when they do what they want to do, one thing that they have done, and they do this to homosexual men frequently through my interviews, they would drug them, extract semen, implant it in women, and tell the woman to report it as rape. They would never have any memory of these women, and they would take them to the hospital because they belong, they have their network. Some are police, some are police, some are nurses, and so it's almost a triangle, a cult, and a cult of criminals, like a mafia in the military. And if you don't belong to one, you're not protected. Of such that case, then these women get pregnant with the babies. They get child support from these guys. And you know what? The child support and whatever it else, these guys lose rank. They lose a lot of things. They don't even sometimes have contact with the children because they say that the women said that they were raped. They find these little offhand girls. I don't know where they do it, but they do sometimes work for military intelligence, and that is it. And on that occur, when you hear to some of these young guys, I don't know, I have one child in the military. Oh, this girl, she said, we did something, I got drunk. And they have no memory getting drunk. No memory of committing a crime. But semen stolen, room entered, privacy desecrated, drugged, ejaculated, and accused of rape and sexual assault. A lot of black men this has happened to. I'm not sure the percentage of white men because I've never interviewed one of them that said that has happened to them. And what do they claim? You know, the Christian conservative, the moral example wing of the military. This is where it is. Where my taxes were stolen at Fort Sill, Oklahoma, my identity taken, crime committed at Fort Meade that I never presented myself. The glory of my position is, before I came back to the United States, I destroyed my military ID and I destroyed my uniform and left it in Korea because I never wanted to face the disgrace and the humiliation of wearing it again. or of even being a part of such a system that would uphold such disingenuous actions and would afford them. And some of these are black people. I have no respect or tolerance for their rank. Tolerance, yes. Respect what they have earned. But you have to comes a times when you have to differentiate. When I stand up, I put myself on this out as a target, and I am a target. I put myself as hard to speak about what I know and what I have learned. And though I may be abandoned by my military friends and by my family, I do not stand in disbelief. I do not stand in untruth. I stand in truth, and I stand for it. My personal belongings gone, me assaulted, my money stolen out of USAA bank account, all a network. It seems paranoid and unbelievable. But when you read a story and you go to a movie theater and you see some things, you are shocked. Oh, is this a movie or reality? Most of the times, the victims' reality are recorded by someone else, and someone else make a movie and say, this is it. But darling, I do not and will not ever tolerate such behavior. It is a disgrace. It is emphatically a disgrace. And I stand up against those leaders in Korea. I will never stand with them. They were a disgrace. They were irresponsible. I will never ever do that. And I think being subjected here to further assault here while being evaluated and victimization, how could I embrace such a thing? Where was the comfort? Where was the understanding? But luckily, I had the strength of God in me, and that I exercised so I could stand up and say it for what it is. Unsafe? I'm not. Paranoid? I am not. Confused? I am not. But what I am and I stand for is for justice, for people that don't have a voice because of the strength and because of the power of other individuals that have a guaranteed right under the Constitution. And this is why the leaders in the military feel like they can get away with abuse and sexual assault, because they say you have lost your constitutional rights once you belong to the military. And when you have done that, my darlings, you are a lab rat and animal to anybody that call themselves an officer. Well, I ask, because of the trauma of being an officer and wearing the uniform, that I not do it, and I will never ever do it. Not until they have done right by me. I have had the fortunacy, and I never understood it, at Fort Bliss, Texas, sheltering veterans, giving them money, giving them some place to get a shower and a warm meal in my own house, and living with that Christian Austin. They were saying I am gay. They were saying I am gay. How do I do this? They were saying I am gay and I am this and I am that, which I wasn't. And whatever they reported to me. They even sprayed insecticide once in my food when they did that. And I said, what kind of Christians will do such a thing? But Christians that look out for other Christians. And I speak to you, America, and I speak to all of you. Remember, the Samaritan was never a Jew, and he was never a Christian. He stood against all odds to help somebody else that was passed by because of our mistaken judgment. Use your intellect and use your humanitarian spirit wisely. Help those in need. Find a person, clutch their hands, and stand with them. And this is how we will defeat the devil in this society and in the military. This is MEZA Grand Duchess Rasmuskonen signing off today on Monday, the 20th of April at 9:32 p.m. Good night.